Comics 2 here, and I want to give you guys a review of the Green Hornet movie. I was lucky enough to snag passes to an advanced screening of the Green Hornet here in New York City. The movie isn't actually released until January, but I got a sneak peek. Just like the Spider-Man play that I recently reviewed, it is not in its final form. The people that worked on the movie were there at the screening, and they said that they still might tweak a couple things before the movie comes out. But I can safely assure you that even if they didn't, it would still be a hit. I knew nothing about the Green Hornet going into this. Even though I'm a comic fan, I haven't had the time to pick up the Green Hornet or listen to the radio program or anything like that, so I came in with a fresh view, have no idea about anything, and I loved it. I don't know if fans of the comic would be as inclined to say the same, because I don't know how much it differs from the comic or the radio program that people like so much. But just going into this as an observer and someone who has no idea, it was a fantastic film! It was so much fun! And I will tell you right now, it was hilarious. It was really, really funny. Seth Rogen plays the Green Hornet, and most of you know he's a pretty funny guy, and he funnied up this movie big time. Totally. He had a hand in writing the script, I think I saw in the credits, so that doesn't surprise me. And the humor, it was kind of necessary. I feel like if they wouldn't have inserted the humor into this movie, it would have been just too serious and kind of boring in a sense, but the humor really just nailed it, and the action sequences in this movie are intense. I love when people do this, when they just come up with these totally, completely new stylized ways of developing action sequences, because sure, it's fun to see a superhero go around and kick bad guy butt, you know, punch, kick, whatever, bam. But when they figure out a new way to interpret this and add something like an extra spark in there that makes it more visually appealing and just different, it engages the audience more, and I just really enjoyed it. Just like Scott Pilgrim employed the kind of sound effects in text and that kind of video game-esque quality, the Green Hornet did something similar, but they took a new spin on it, and I just loved it. And I feel like even though the fighting sequences were a little bit long in some places, we did see it in 2D, and the movie is going to be released in 3D. So I imagine if I was wearing 3D glasses and was seeing this in 3D, I would enjoy it a lot more, and I would want the sequences to be even longer rather than shorter. So the premise of this movie is that there is this guy who has a very rich father, whose father dies. He inherits his money. He decides to become a villain of the night, so to speak, and fight crime and clean up his city with a sidekick.